Hi, I'm Neil Wintereg with Matterhorn Business Development, and welcome to the Sales Floor. This is going to be a weekly series where we talk about sales tips and advice. And today I want to talk to you about scripts. Do scripts work or do they not work? Especially when it comes to cold calling or some sort of a phone activity, scripts are used for everything. And my personal opinion is scripts do not work. The reason I say that is because every time you call somewhere and you end up being handled by somebody with a script, you don't like it. So I would not subject other people to scripts if you yourself don't like scripts. Now, that is not to say that all scripts are bad, but the truth of the matter is when everything the person says over the phone has to be answered in some sort of a scripted response or scripted answer, it starts to lose its reality and it becomes fake. So most times scripts do not work because I say one thing and the person on the other end of the phone is supposed to say something else. And it automatically evolves down into a point where the person on the phone is not really feeling like they're having a real conversation with somebody. Now, I think there needs to be some sort of a guideline that is handed out. You know, when the person answers the phone, we get in communication with them and ask them how their day is going and find out if they could use our service. Something that says step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, but not an exact word or phrase for handling every situation. Just last week, I was handling something with a bank over the phone, and they said, "That is all, sir. Do you have any other questions for us?" And I said, "Yes, actually, I have a question. When does this happen and this happen?" And the person said, "Oh, sir, that's a great question." Well, and they gave me the answer. And then they said, "Do you have any other questions?" And I said, "Yes, actually, I do have another question. What about blah?" And they said, "Well, sir, that's a great question." They said it every time I asked a question. And I got, "Well, sir, that's a great question." And in all honesty, by the end of 4 or 5 questions, I kind of felt like I wasn't really having a conversation with the other person on the phone. Now, if you're trying to sell and enlighten a product and you have to use a script to do the enlightenment for you, you're already doing it wrong. If you're going to try and do selling over the phone, you have to know your product inside and out. And without a script, you have to be able to talk to that person, because some people might not even notice that you are reading a script. Most people, especially somebody who buys a lot, they're going to know when they're treated by a script and they're not going to like that. So I think a guideline is good. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, so that a new person coming into the position can follow it, but not be restricted to answering every question with, "Well, sir, that's a great question." I think that it needs to be very real and it needs to sound like two people are having a conversation with each other. So scripts, I definitely do not like. I've never used a script when it comes to selling. When teaching new people how to sell, I like some sort of a format or a guideline to help get them grooved in, but not you have to say this when this person says this and you have to do this when this person says that, because you cannot, there's 7 billion people on earth and you can't have 7 billion scripts, which is what you would have to have. So it comes down to a real communication developing without using a script and using guidelines. So that is my thought on scripts. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and hit that subscribe button and stay up to date. I'll see you next time.